New Year, same extra value meals at McDonald's. So now get 2 snack wraps, plus fries, and a medium soft drink for just $8.
For limited time only. Prices and participation may vary. Prices may be higher in Hawaii, Alaska, and California, and for delivery.
Welcome to the Big Suey, presented by DraftKings,
Why are you listening to this show?
the podcast that seems very similar to the other Dan Le Batard podcast.
I'm sorry, I'm not going to apologize for that.
In fact, the only difference seems to be this imaging.
I have been tempted in restaurants just walking past tables to grab somebody's fries that if they're just there. That hasn't happened to you guys?
I've done it.
And now, here's the marching man to nowhere, Fat Face, and the habitual liar.
This episode of the Dan Le Batard Show is presented by DraftKings. DraftKings, the crown is yours.
Immediately after Rams Seahawks on ESPN's YouTube channel on Sunday, Charlie Kravitz will be appearing, and he will also be joined by Bill Barnwell and Domonique Foxworth. That is Sunday after Rams Seahawks. Also, at the Super Bowl, proceeds going to the Special Olympics when they're in San Francisco, February 5th. Charlie Kravitz, along with Marcus Spears, Kevin Clark, and Mina Kimes, will be doing a live show. All the proceeds going to the Special Olympics. You could get tickets at kravitzpodlive.com. It's foxworthpodlive.com if you want tickets to Domonique Foxworth. Domonique, how would you feel about this? Let's play this video of poor Jordan Poole, who I now associate only with getting punched in the face. Let's play the video of Jordan Poole in a classroom at a school, and the kids, you just don't expect this to be something that happens with the kids when Jordan Poole is there, but this happens.
Who was your favorite best teammate when you used to play for Golden State?
Golden State? I had a lot of really good teammates. I would probably say Kevon Looney, who's on our team now. We grew up together, so we kind of had a relationship, but Steph's up there, Clay's up there, Andrew Wiggins up there. All those guys are still super cool. You used to watch when we were in Golden State?
But how did you feel when Draymond punched you?
Oh my God. It was tough, bro.
It was tough, bro.
How do you feel? How did you feel when Draymond punched you? It was tough, bro. Domonique, you can't expect better than that from kids. Kids can't be trusted in that situation.
Yeah, I think that there's a certain age where you forgive them, where they just like let anything spill out of their mouth. Those kids look older than that. That little rage baiter was on to something. That was part of the plan. They had the cameras set up and everything. They tried to get my man Jordan. They need to leave him alone. Let him live.
Was there a mother there that just shouted, "Oh no," reminding me of Mike Ryan and the pity that he had toward Zaz the other day when he had trouble spitting out a couple of words, where Mike is just like, "Oh boy." I also wanted to bring up with Domonique Foxworth what happened yesterday with LeBron, which he really is at the point at 41 years old where I think he cares very little after 20 years of things being said and written about him every single day. He's not just someone who doesn't care about that stuff, Zaz. He's also someone who's old enough as the oldest player in the league to have the quote of, "I'm 41 and I watch a lot of golf every day." Let's hear this back and forth and get Dominique's thoughts on how this is all going to end with the Lakers, as an ESPN.com article reports that he doesn't get along with Jeannie Buss, that his ego is outsized, that the Lakers have wanted to get rid of him for a couple of years.
Is this where you want to finish this season?
I'm good. I'm good.
Last two.
Everybody's crazy. Everybody's crazy. I'm gone. See y'all later.
Bye.
Who said bye?
Bye. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. LeBron is his existence is so unique, and him as a person is so unique. It feels like at this point, he's obviously still a very talented basketball player and important to a team, but at some point your prestige and confidence and ego outstretches your contribution. So while he's still an incredibly good basketball player and a good piece on any team, he doesn't have the power that he once had, and I feel like that's something that slips away, and we're watching it happen. Did you see, speaking of LeBron, did you see he had Lorraine Motel basketball shoes? Nobody else saw that.
I didn't see that.
I did see that. And look, I'm not the person to opine about it, but I did hear David Dennis Jr. had a lot to say about it. I thought it was interesting.
Oh, yeah, I don't know. That was his attempt at celebrating Dr. King Day as shoes that were the same color as the sign at the hotel where Dr. King was assassinated. Like, of all the things that you want to celebrate or draw attention to, that ain't it. But, I mean, I think LeBron has been pretty active in social causes, so it's just a ridiculous miss. And I think that over these years, LeBron's been pretty close to as perfect as you can be, all things considered. But at some point, like, even the king is going to make some mistakes. But yeah, they're sick of him. I would understand being sick of LeBron. I could understand being sick of LeBron when he's the best player in the NBA. But what comes with his like annoyances is that he's super talented. And now he's a little less talented. They have a new LeBron in Luka, and they treat him a little funny. I bet they weren't talking like that before they made that Luka trading, or they weren't talking like that when he was winning another championship. Like, it's hard. And when you get to the end of this, when you've outlived your talent and you've been underpaid for your entire career, and you expect to like be overpaid at the back end of your career. What LeBron has meant to this league overall has been absurd. Like, he's increased franchise values, not just of the teams that he's on. So I get also like thinking everybody's crazy. Like, now all of a sudden y'all want to talk crazy about me. Now you want to leak stuff about me when I've been carrying this whole league along with Steph and KD and those guys for 2 decades. Like, everybody's been eating on LeBron, and now like pushing back on him a little bit, I think could get a little annoying.
We're going to play a little more sound here from LeBron, but in that article, Zaz, when they're reporting that the Lakers are tired of his outsized ego, I mean, in what world would someone who's had the last 20 years that LeBron's has had not have an outsized ego? Like, in what world wouldn't you become him immune to whatever people are saying in articles because you've been for 20 years being written about and talked about every single day in a way that has criticism in it, even though you're more excellent than everyone else is and kind of unprecedented as a player? But let's play this other sound of LeBron James talking about his relationship with Jeannie Buss, the former owner of the Lakers, who is now sold the team for $10 billion.
Perspective, how do you think your collaboration has been with Jimmy?
What do you mean, collaboration?
Well, just the partnership.
I thought it was good, but, you know, somebody can see it another way, so it's always two sides of the coin. So, you know, like I said, at the end of the day, how I represented this franchise and what I wanted to do to represent this franchise, so when I got here till now, has been with the utmost respect and honor and dignity, and I would say loyalty. I mean, shit, I've played here longer than pretty much any other franchise I've played for.
Have you guys talked since that came out, like clearing the air, or is that something?
We never talk. I don't understand. Like, it's not like me and Jeannie be on the phone talking. You guys ain't never heard a report about that. Don't make something out of it that is not. It's always been mutual. It's always been respect. It's always been a great partnership. But it's not like I call Jeannie on the phone. It's not like I call Mickey Harrison on the phone or Dan Gilbert on the phone. Like, come on, guys, don't make this more than what it is.
I don't care is where that clip was supposed to end.
I think the part that is interesting is, you know, I get it that of course, he's going to have an oversized ego. I mean, look how he's been treated, everything he's done for all of these years. But it appears, at least from the story, that Jeannie Buss is looking for some type of, I don't know if gratitude is the right word, but apparently, like, I got the impression it's coming off as if he believes that he's owed everything that the Lakers have been doing.
But what Domonique is saying is true. He's been underpaid every single year in the league. He is his own economy. And Brian Windhorst is now saying LeBron's options with the Lakers are a pay cut, free agency, or trade. It's not making the same amount of money. And I would understand why someone who's that valuable and underpaid, that's empirical, right, Domonique? Like every single year in a salary cap league, just because it's salary capped,
right.
Every single year, LeBron James has been underpaid in salary by his employer every year he's been in the league.
Absolutely. And I would also tie on to that we keep saying, and I'm a part of this also, keep saying his ego is outsized. Like, it's outsized compared to other egos, but it's not outsized compared to his contribution and his value. And I think when I say that he's meant a lot to the league overall and franchise values, like when you're selling media rights deals, you have to be able to convincingly say that you have a star that people will tune in for. And LeBron's been that guy for the whole time. Like, he's been the protagonist of the NBA, if the NBA was a story, since he entered the league, where it was, is he even gonna be good? We were all hyped up about that. And it's like, can he be a champion? And all the whole off seasons have been about where he's going and what he's gonna do and how the balance of the league will shift. Like, we know how important storylines are to basketball. His 3-1 comeback, like all those things, taking on the Warriors, like he's always been the main character. And like, that seems, for an entertainment property, that seems hugely valuable in a time when sports has become more valuable than anything else. So like, I get why at this point he expects people to shut the hell up. Like, maybe you're annoyed with me. That's fine. That comes with all the value that I've brought. So I also can understand the other perception where you're like, I want to win a championship. Obviously, we can't pay you max money because you're not a max player and still expect to win a championship. But I would assume that he feels like he's owed, and he probably is, by the league as a whole, not just the Lakers.
I think it's fascinating to even just wonder how this situation is going to end. And I mean, look, he was asked, do you want to finish this season with the Lakers? And he, I'm good. Thinking about how this is going to end, like, there's no way it actually ends within the next 3 weeks, right? Like, that's when the trade deadline comes. But just in general, the next couple of weeks or at the end of the season, I have no idea how this is going to play out. It feels like a completely unprecedented situation. I don't have a clue how this is going to go down, and it's super interesting.
He's got a no-trade clause, which I would imagine he doesn't want to leave Los Angeles because the family is there, because the media interests are there.
How about because his son is on the team? What do I do with my son?
All of the other business stuff is there as well. Let's transition here for a second to football. The Seattle.
Man. I had Australian Open questions.
I was going to ask him about Mackenzie Gore going to the Rangers.
Yeah, thought we were hitting all the other sports.
The Seattle Seahawks have not allowed, the defense of the Seattle Seahawks has not allowed a play of over 20 yards in more than a month. No plays of over 20 yards, which strikes me as a crazy stat, Domonique. How good is that defense? Is that defense better than the Texans' defense? Is that defense better than the Broncos' pass rush? Is that defense the best thing in the league?
Over a month. I imagine it was a month ago when they played the Rams last, which makes this matchup really interesting because I remember Puka having at least 2 plays of like 30 yards in that game in particular. So I would say that this defense is incredibly good and versatile. They're a top of the league type defense. I don't think they're as good as the Texans defense. That defense, I think, had they made it further, we would have been talking about an all-time conversations. Had they been on a team that receives more attention, we would be treating that defense the way we've treated some of the greats in the past. That's how good I think that defense is without any weaknesses. The Seahawks defense is like a great defense for a season in my view. And they are one of the best defenses around because of their flexibility. And honestly, this is not just my DB bias. It's because their cornerbacks and their safeties have a level of physicality and versatility that allows them to play in nickel all game and not be weak against the run and have their intelligence, like with the route combinations, the way that they always have one extra defender over the route combinations, and they cover their coverages adapt to the route combinations that they see. And I think the Rams have found ways to exploit that, but most teams can, especially with the pass rush that they do have in that situation too.
What are you reaching for? If you're a smoker or dipper, you could be reaching for so much more with Zyn nicotine pouches. When you reach for Zyn, you're reaching for 10 satisfying varieties and 2 strengths for a smoke-free and spit-free experience that lets you lean in. For chances to break free from your routine and a unique nationwide community. Whatever you're reaching for, reach for it with America's #1 nicotine pouch brand. Find yours Zyn wherever nicotine products are sold near you. Warning, this product contains nicotine. Nicotine is an addictive chemical.
DraftKings Sportsbook, the #1 sportsbook for live betting, is turning up the stakes this NFL playoffs. Every Sunday, every DraftKings customer has a shot at over $2.5 million in prizes. Here's how it works. Open the DraftKings Sportsbook app and opt in. Place a live bet at just $1 or more on Sunday's playoff games, and every live bet gives you another chance to win. The more you bet live, the more entries you stack all Sunday long. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app right now and use code DAN. Bet live for your share of $2.5 million in prizes with code DAN. In partnership with DraftKings, the crown is yours.
Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY. Connecticut, call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org. On behalf of Boot Hill Casino in Kansas, wager tax pass-through may apply in Illinois. 21 and over in most states. Void in Ontario. Restrictions apply. No purchase necessary. 3 sweepstakes with separate opt-ins. Minimum odds minus 500. Prizes, either bonus bets that expire in 7 days or single-use profit boost. See official rules at dkng.co/live-millions for entry period and free method of entry. Sponsored by Crown Gaming, Inc.
Every day at Sierra, you'll find top brand apparel, footwear, and gear for 20 to 60% less than department and specialty store prices. And during clearance time at Sierra, those incredible prices are 40 divided by 2.5, carry the 1, even lower. And when you shop clearance at Sierra, you can save a whole lot more on everything you need to get active and outside. That's a lot of saving. Epic brands, vast selection, teeny tiny prices. That's Sierra. Visit your local Sierra store today or shop online at Sierra.com.
Don Le Batard.
I took my son to the barbershop to get a haircut, and my man gave out some limp dap.
Oh, no.
Oh, damn.
Stugats.
I disowned him. I threw him right under the bus. I was like, whose kid is that out here dishing out limp dap?
This is the Don Le Batard Show with the Stugats.
Domonique, do players watch their new head coach's introductory press conference?
I think they do now. You can't miss it now. So it's everywhere. I don't know about the entire press conference, but you get a sense of how they respond to it. It's big news. I'm not sure that it impacts anything. You probably already kind of have an idea of the type of coach that you're receiving. You'll watch the press conference. You'll hear some. I think. Unless these players these days are different than they were back in my day, you kind of think that everything the coach is saying to the media is BS, and you're not looking to that to get any real sense for who you're receiving. They have to win the press conference in their own way, and you're ready to build a relationship based on what you've heard from other teammates or based on what you experience.
So Domonique Foxworth has picked the Seahawks to beat the Rams in the other game, and Mike Ryan has been talking about this championship weekend having less juice than any he can remember. But I want to throw some stats your way, okay? Since the NFL started seeding in 75, home underdogs of 4+ points are 10-0 against the spread. 10-0, 6-4 straight up. And Sean Payton has coached 22 games without his starting quarterback over the past decade. In those games, he's 14-8. And if you remove the 5 games with third and fourth string quarterbacks, he's 13-4 with backup quarterbacks. What of those numbers mean anything to you, Domonique?
So I'm assuming that those games were not the first start of the year in a conference championship situation. They were probably against other teams that didn't go on to win conference championships or go to the Super Bowl. But I think all the story around Jarrett Stidham so far and Sean Payton is they won't take any steps back. They're going to be just as good. I think after watching a lot of the Jarrett Stidham tape that's out there, he's more athletic than I expected. He's still not as athletic as Bo Nix. They're not going to call design runs. He's not going to scramble for 12, 15 yards. He might give you 2 or 3 or 4 on a scramble. So I think they lose a big part of their game, because if you watch you watch what Bo Nix did last week, he was cutting back, setting up blocks, going for 10+ yard runs. They're going to lose that. But where I think they don't lose as much is the deep ball accuracy. If you've seen Peyton all year long, this offense around Bo Nix has, I want to say this in a way that doesn't feel like I'm insulting Bo Nix, but they've been kind of short screen passes and deep bombs is like what they want to do. It's really simplified. They don't want them doing a lot of intermediate coverage reading and trying to fit the ball into tight windows. And this offense has how good their offense is how accurate Bo Nix has been on those deep passes. He was 4 of 6 last week's game, and one of the ones that he missed was a drop by Sutton. And yeah, they balled. He had 2 touchdowns. That's what they want to do. They want to hit you over the head with the big bombs and not try to pick you apart. Jarrett Stidham, pretty good deep ball accuracy. So I think you may not lose any of that combined with Peyton's scheming and play design and play sequencing. You may not lose any of that, but the athleticism, I think you lose some. And just your first start. Like, there's some things about the speed of a live game that the first start hurts. So while all those stats, I think, should be encouraging, and Sean Payton is a great coach, he's still a backup quarterback for a reason. They went and drafted Bo Nix while he was on the roster. Like, they didn't have as much confidence in him as I think Sean Payton wants us to believe he does now.
I mentioned the other day and got no reaction from this that in the history of the league, all 27,000 players, there has never been a player with a shorter name than Bo Nix. You guys want to try and see if you could come up with something close? Because I'll start the bidding with Ed Reed. See if you can come up with something close to Bo Nix, 5 letters. And in the meantime, please play Mad Dog trying to say the name of Denver's quarterback, Jarrett Stidham.
But do you have confidence in Peyton getting the most out of the quarterback in this ball game here? Stick him in this game on Sunday afternoon against the Patriots.
2-syllable quarterbacks. Bart Starr, Mike Vick. Takes the same amount of time.
Is Bo his real name? Because Mike's first name isn't Mike, right?
My first name is actually Michael Ryan.
Exactly.
Bo Chapman Nix.
Tay Law.
Oh, so they named him
Tay
Bo.
Law.
Wow. Wait a minute. So
Roy, you're the first draft pick in trivia night every time.
Bo Nix is tied by Tay Law. I was told that Bo
Ty goes to Ty.
No, Ty goes alphabetically to Bo. I think that's why.
Ty goes to Ty.
All right, put it on the poll at Batard Show. Does Ty go to Ty in the shortest name contest?
That Stickum sound makes me think of Little Giants when Hot Hands got his hands stuck to his jersey.
Oh, hold on a second. Roy, his name is Taiwan Law.
Put it on the poll at LeBatard Show. Did you know that Tay Law's first name was actually Taiwan? Because I'm stunned by that.
Taiwan?
I don't think it's Taiwan.
Tajuan.
It's not. It can't be Taiwan.
Well, his name's Ty.
Taiwan.
How can it not be? His name's Ty.
No, Zaz.
His name's not Tay.
But it's not spelled like Taiwan. It's like if Ty was Puerto Rican.
Are you telling me his name's Tay Law? Are you breaking news that his name's Tay Law?
No.
It just can't be Taiwan. Oh, boy.
Wow, breaking news here today. Tay Law.
Taiwan?
Like Taiwan Walker.
I think Taiwan is more likely than Taiwan.
Cool. Didn't know we've been saying his name wrong. Tay Law. Great defensive player in history of the NFL.
Tajuan.
I made a promise to myself that I felt like every time I'm on with Zaz that like I'm a little bit too mean to him and I make fun of him too much. And I was like, I'm not gonna do that today. But man, you be making it hard, making it so difficult. Just throwing these alleys.
I'm glad we learned something today.
Tawan. We did.
Yep.
Tawan.
Tay Law.
He did text me after the show last week. He's like, send me Zaz's number. I want to apologize to him. I'm like, you don't have to do that.
I felt bad.
I mean, I will tell you, I still get people sending me memes of me next to Megamind. That's on you.
Chris Cote asked earlier this week. He's like, we should go easier on Dave Damashek. I'm like, no, let's pump the gas on. We gotta press the gas on him.
Or gas is what he needs.
Football America every Monday to Friday, Monday and Friday.
No, you can't promote other football shows while I'm on here. You gotta watch That was very nice of you to give Charlie all that love because they be on his ass in the comments, man. They be on my boy in the comments, getting him.
Why? What's wrong with Charlie is there to learn all that you guys have learned from all of the producers. He's there to be the epicenter of production knowledge for you, and he does a very good job supporting you. Why is everybody attacking Charlie in the comments?
I don't know, because that's what comments do. That's what they're there for. They want to make fun of somebody, get mad at someone. I mean, he's not me. The name of the show is the Domonique Foxworth Show. If Charlie ever has an opinion, they're normally very good, but people still hate him. So it's nice that you give him some love. I'm sure he'll appreciate that.
I want to put the picture up for you of the Dolphins yesterday showing off their new leadership, and I just want your commentary here, just photographically, optically. What do you notice about this photograph?
That the GM and the coach look like they're related, and there's only one tie there too. I don't know. I feel like the difference in the hair might tell us a little bit about the personality. Like, we got a Marine and then like a retired Marine where you got a little bit more length. It got a little curl and some cream in there. That guy looks cool, but they do look like the sons that are fighting over Stephen Ross's empire, right? They're the two sons that hate each other because they both want to take over.
Anything else you notice from the photo? You don't have to keep noticing things. We can eject if you want, but
I think one other thing is Stephen Ross's ears look like the size of both of the foreheads, and I'm not sure which one is like is outsized. Like these guys, I far be it from me. Like my hairline's creeping back too, and the shine really hurts it. That's the bad part. I noticed that about me on TV. Is like when I get the shine taken care of, the hairline recession doesn't look as bad. But that shine on the left, that's making it look worse to me. It draws attention.
We need to bring back belt loops and fancy suits. Stephen Ross wearing one of those suits with no belt.
I think it looks good on some people. It's just the little bit of the hangover throws it off. Like,
Everybody's working on it.
I saw that first. I was like, oh, I relate to that.
Dominique, did you know that the ears and nose never stop growing even after death? That's why Nosferatu looks the way that he does.
Oh, I thought it was like hair. Like hair doesn't either, but maybe not.
It stops growing.
The nails.
So after your death, once you die, what?
Yeah, it'll decompose, but it'll just the ears. There's a reason why, like Robert De Niro's ears look the way that looks a little different than it did during Taxi Driver. They never stop growing. Once you get older,
I like interesting facts like that. I didn't know that ears and noses keep growing until they start to decompose, even after you die. That's weird. It's like something has to be alive to grow, right? I guess there's still some living cells or something in there that are still making them grow.
I'm not here to be deposed. I'm just saying what I read on an Uber fact one time.
I thought you were going to go denosed there. Put it on the poll, please, at LeBatard Show. Did you know that the ears and the nose keep growing after death?
All these patients complaining they can't get their medicines. Insurers and PBMs are often owned by the same giant company, so middlemen, like me, decide what medicines you can get and how much you pay. But don't worry, if your prescription gets denied, we know another one that works for us. I mean, you.
Washington should stop PBMs and insurers from driving up drug costs. Learn more at phrma.org/insurer costs. Paid for by Pharma.
All right, listen up, nacho chips. Quiet down, crispy potatoes. This is the moment Velveeta's been preparing you for, and you're not about to crack under pressure. Today's the day to go all in on the drip. Velveeta's Heat and Eat Queso is the MVP of any game day spread, so stick by them, and you'll be golden. Now get out there and make delicious history. No tailgate party is complete without Velveeta.
Don Batard.
Football.
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 Stugats. This is the Dan Le Batard Show with the Stugats.
I was confused today when Chris Cote announced with a great deal of pride. He says, I'm on an ordering heater. I have been ordering good food for a while now, and I was confused. I was figuring that just about any time someone orders something, they think they're ordering good food. Why would you order something that you think is not going to be good food?
I've learned that I'm a streaky orderer. I'm someone who, when I go to restaurants, even if I've been there a bunch, I don't love to get, like, my wife gets the same thing almost every time she goes places. I'm like, I want to get to know the menu. I want to try new things. And what comes with that is sometimes I order shit and I don't like it. And I'm looking across at my brother-in-law and he has a delicious sandwich and I ordered this wrap that's terrible and soggy. But sometimes it ends up where I'm on a heater. I can order anything and everyone wants my meat. Because that's what you want, right? When you go to a dinner with like 6 people, somebody's going to win. Somebody's going to order something where they're like, everyone wants it. Can I get a bite of that?
My wife's always asking me, what are you getting? I don't want you to get something better than me. Mind your business. Get what you want.
That's what I mean. For me, this is like you either win or you lose when you go to a restaurant. And right now, I'm just on a heater. I went to the zoo like a week ago.
Really?
And I'm having like a lunch at a zoo.
You're having a good lunch at the zoo?
I'm telling you, everyone was getting the pizza. I got the chicken bacon ranch wrap, and everyone's like, oh,
and you're doing this by yourself. No outside help.
Last night, I went to my local Mexican spot I always go to. I got the Mexican pizza for the first time. Never ordered before. It was delicious. My wife was jealous. I'm telling you, I'm on a heater right now. I can't order anything bad.
I turn to, I'm a creative, so I have to say into this microphone, I'm against AI. But I don't actually mean it because I lean on it quite heavily in my personal life.
Love it.
So I turned to AI. I wanted some Cheesecake Factory. They have such a large menu, and yet I'm always ordering the same thing. I'm like, what?
Shepherd's pie?
What? No.
You asked AI what to order?
I asked because it's such an expansive menu.
Oh,
I'm
I've
like,
never
hey,
gone through it.
have any high-end food review places ever taken a look at the Cheesecake Factory menu and found some hidden gems? You know what it told me? Have the French dip cheeseburger.
Really?
French dip cheeseburger, Chris, was really good.
I don't know how I feel about AI helping you with that, but
it was. I would never order
the
French dip cheeseburger at a Cheesecake Factory, and it was really good.
I don't think I've ever gotten past page 9. By the time I get to page 9, they're like, all right, it's time to order. And there's like, I think there's like 17 pages on this menu.
But if Chris believes it's a competition, I have to agree that, Mike, you're cheating. If it's a competition, you're cheating by bringing in that AI.
Yes.
That's PEDs.
But there was also, in the results, it was also reassuring because it also won chicken Madeira, which is my usual go-to there.
That is solid.
The pot stickers, the sauce on the pot stickers, pal. Are you kidding me? It said that's up there. Avocado egg rolls, which
But you
I've
don't need to
also
use
done.
the AI for what slice of cheesecake you're going to get. You could pick that yourself.
No, I outsourced that too. I asked Juliet, what should I have? She went tiramisu, and she made a great choice.
Wow. Peanut butter cup. I like the peanut butter
always,
cup. Not the Reese's.
Always the peanut butter cup. Always.
Peanut butter cup. Dulce de leche hits a little bit too, right? That one right down there on South Beach. You got to go and eat it on your walk back to the hotel so you don't have to share it. That's the move.
How are all tres de leches good? All 3 milks taste that good? You kidding me?
All of them.
Put it on the poll, please. The sauce on the pot stickers at Cheesecake Factory. My God, yes, pal. And how are all of the leches on the tres leches that good? Yes or no? I want to play some sound for you here that we played earlier in the show, Domonique, of Draymond Green and what I think. You tell me if anyone in the world outside of the Green family agrees with what he's saying here.
I've played a bunch of Europeans. They do little dirty stuff. It's a difference. See, people get mad at me and be like, oh, Draymond dirty. I told y'all, Draymond not dirty. Draymond you up. I'm not dirty. I don't do dirty things. I played for Tom Izzo, and if you did dirty things, it doesn't work. I don't do dirty things. There's not a player in the NBA that can tell you Draymond's a dirty player. Don't do it. And Europeans, though, there's a lot of Europeans that they do dirty stuff on the basketball court. And for D-Book and DeMar to get mad like that, he's doing something that we ain't see. To his credit, you got a tech on D-Book, you got DeMar thrown out. But if you're going to keep doing that, you got to stay on that because people going to then start going at you. And that comes with a reputation, and that's a whole different thing. So I don't know Pele Larson to be that guy. However, I don't know much about Pele Larson. If that's who he's going to be, commit to it and stay there because guys going to start going at you like that.
Are there any other places where you could get away with saying a whole continent of people are this thing? Like, that's the part that jumped out to me. He's like, them Europeans, they dirty. And I assume that Draymond saying no one considers him dirty. Is he talking about actual dirt? Like, maybe he cleans his legs in the shower. He's not lazy. He does a good scrubbing because I think most people would say on the list of players that are famous and successful, I think you ask the average basketball fan to like name a dirty NBA player, I think Draymond's name might come up, which to be fair, what are you calling dirty? So like, I think his point is like, he's like energetic and intense type of guy. He never does any cheap shots. He would argue that all his nut punches were incidental, right? Those are mistakes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think those are dirty. So it's possible that he just means like he showers twice a day.
Put it on the poll, please. Them Europeans, they dirty at LeBatard show.
Like sub in any other insulting word in any other region. And then like it just doesn't, it's for some reason when I hear him say them Europeans dirty, I'm not offended. But I know that you could change it for just about anything else. And I'll be like, how dare you? I would call the police. Maybe not the police.
Also put it on the poll at LeBatard Show. Have you ever gotten through the Cheesecake Factory menu? Because I think Chris Cote is right when he says at some point you just got to stop reading. You can't go through the whole thing.
No, it's tough. That's why you have to outsource it.
They must have great chefs there.
Dude, do you know about that French dip cheeseburger?
Yeah, I know.
You knew?
Roy pulled it up.
You've had it?
I know about it.
I've had the mac and cheeseburger.
It sounds like we got a Chris Cote social media like series. You got to try everything on the Cheesecake Factory menu. Like every day, you got to go get something new on the Cheesecake Factory menu and keep us going on a daily.
He'll put it on the grid. He'll be dead. He'll be dead before he finishes the menu. Like he will just die before you're finished with that. It's too much.
You just got to grade them all. Like 1 to 10, every item on the Cheesecake Factory menu, including each cheesecake. And you could do multiple in a day. How many? What do you think? It's 100 things in that booklet. More than that, 200.
The next live stream. This will be a running thread. We will order everything on the Cheesecake Factory menu.
No.
He can have a bite of or two of everything.
Yeah, that's a workplace violation. He'll be Morgan Spurlock. It'll eventually kill him.
But it's just one bite.
I'm seeing here, AI is telling me that there are over 250 items on the Cheesecake Factory.
And you got to rank them. I like it. So we'll get all the items, and then we'll make little placards for each of them, and you can change the ranking through the course of the show as you taste each item.
No, I think you got to do like blind rankings. You know, you try something and then you put it on the ranking.
No. He doesn't always. He's never done this before.
I wouldn't mind a Cheesecake Factory draft, though. Who's your number one overall pick? Because you're now saying you're going with the French dip hamburger because AI told you to?
I'm saying that's a hidden gem. Chicken Madeira, if we're talking entrees, my gold medal saying right now is Chicken Madeira gold, the chicken marsala silver, French dip cheeseburger, a shocking bronze medal.
I think this might be a two Americas, but a sneaky move there, strawberry lemonade. High on the menu.
It is two Americas.
You can't go liquid. You can't go to the... wait a minute. Put it on the poll at LeBatard Show. Drinks. Can the best thing on the Cheesecake Factory menu possibly be a liquid? That's shocking what you just did there. What you just did there, that's not two Americas. That's you being counterintuitive in a way that's aggressively annoying.
Let me tell you this. So there was a 60 Minutes thing a long time ago when Magic Johnson was first like becoming the businessman that he is. And they were talking about the Magic Johnson Theater.
This is a good story right here. This is a good story on Magic Johnson's business genius. Yes, I do know how he made the theaters popular for black people. Go ahead, though. I can't tell the story, but you and Magic Johnson can.
I don't remember verbatim what he said, but I remember the piece, and it jumped out to me. I was young at the time, and I never forgot it. And it was... they were like, you put these theaters in these black neighborhoods and why are they so successful? And essentially Magic Johnson was like, black people like fruity drinks. You go to the regular theater, it's just soda. It's just Coca-Cola. But I put flavored drinks in there, and that was the key to making the Magic Johnson theaters pop, according to Magic Johnson.
I remember he said his Starbucks, he doesn't sell scones.
Scones are a joke.
The quote, I believe, is black people like flavors, I believe is what the direct quote is on Magic Johnson. And you can like flavors. It's still offensive to me that I just gave you the entirety of the Cheesecake Factory menu and you chose strawberry lemonade. Like, that's just not...
It's got to come up. No, you're probably right. It's not number one, but it's got to come up. You can't talk about the Cheesecake Factory without, like, at least mentioning the strawberry lemonade. It's so sweet. It's a little too sweet for me now at this age. But my 20s? First thing when I sit down, before I sit down, I'm telling the hostess, get me my strawberry out here ASAP.
I don't know if you heard the show earlier this week, but the most raging argument of the week that broke out was Cote, Jeremy, and others making the arguments on behalf of sugar-free drinks being either as tasty or close to as tasty as drinks with sugar. And I just had never heard it said anywhere else. I thought we all understood that the sacrifice for better health on sugar-free stuff is that it was going to taste less good.
You're saying college basketball is better than the NBA. It's just nonsense.
No, that's not what's happening here. It's not.
Exactly what's happening. Like, it's the whole point. I heard the argument. It's a different flavor, blah, blah, blah. It's a substitute. It's meant to imitate. It's a wannabe. Like, I can't imagine anybody, like, thinking that the Backstreet Boys are better than New Edition. They are all just replacement, wannabe, watered-down versions of the original, which probably, to be fair, is the Jackson 5. You out here talking about One Direction as it compares to the Jackson 5, and you think we supposed to accept it.
Now that's two Americas.
A new Harry Styles out today, guys. You hear it? You hear it yet?
You a Timberlake guy too, huh? You like, yeah.
Obviously, dude.
Justin Timberlake versus Prince. I'll take Justin Timberlake. That's you.
Duh.
Okay.
In the food category, since we're at it, let's show 94-year-old William Shatner eating cereal in the car and get Domonique Foxworth's thoughts on the weirdest thing that he has ever eaten in a car. I shamefully admitted to chicken wings. That is not something that I should have been eating in the car. I couldn't wait till I got home. I just opened it up and started eating chicken wings in the car. Do you have a shameful admission on this front, Domonique?
Yeah, but I can't share it. But the idea, I've never been so hungry or in so much of a rush that I had to eat while I was driving. I've like your breakfast. So that's the thing is like he was so hungry and time was of such an essence for a 94-year-old man, wherever he had to be, was so important that he couldn't finish his cereal, and he was so hungry that he couldn't make it to whatever meeting or thing he was going to. That's the thing that blows my mind. So, like, I'll buy food and eat, like, on the way home, but not cereal. Like, that to me, I would either, if I woke up late and I can't have my cereal, then I wait till lunch or wait till after my meeting, or I stay home and finish my cereal and I get late.
I have never known you to not answer a question. How shameful must it be, the food, that you won't answer the question?
Oh, it wasn't food. It was a joke for people who were paying close attention. We don't have to dig too deep. And
I did there. Yeah.
Yeah. Now you ruined it. Now it's awkward for all of us.
No, I'm saying though, he's eating cereal with milk in the car. Just eat it raw. You don't have to have milk while driving.
Raw dog is cereal?
Yes.
You know, most of the food at the Cheesecake Factory is pre-assembled.
That's not what their website's
like. They're usually like just like warming stuff up.
So there aren't like good chefs back there preparing?
Like very few of the food items on that menu are made on the line.
Why do you need artificial intelligence's help here on the ordering of? You just want
because that menu is so expansive that I have like 8 things that I go to.
You're gonna overlook stuff,
and you overlook stuff. I'm like, all right, I was in an adventurous mood. I'm like, tell me something that I'm missing out on, something that I'm always like, that can't be good here. Help me out. And by consensus, the French dip cheeseburger was like really good. And I can tell you, thank you, ChatGPT, because you came through for me.
But couldn't you just Google that? Like what? And what is the distinction you're making between artificial intelligence, ChatGPT, and Google?
I use it like a search engine because what it does is it compiles all those things that you find on a Google and it gives me the Glengarry leads.
Before we get you out of here, Domonique, can you give me your thoughts on Mike McDaniel evidently having the Chargers job and also having so many options that he continues to take interviews in the event that Baltimore, the Raiders, or the Bills want to hire him as their head coach?
Yeah, I mean, well, Baltimore's too late now. They picked up Jesse Minter, but I mean, I think that's what happens when you are like the hottest guy at the party, which is how he feels right now. Offense is always going to be appreciated. I think it's probably wrong. The intelligence of offensive coordinators is overvalued, and what he was able to do while he wasn't successful in Miami, what he was able to do with the offense, I think was pretty impressive, especially being able to manufacture a running game without like a dominant offensive line is something that's hugely valuable. So every team would assume that if you had him just focusing on your offense, you'd be much better off. So I'm not surprised by it. I guess when you look at the big picture of like how he was a failed head coach, it's weird that some people might be considering him as a head coach, but the value that he brings, and presumably he's a smart guy that he's gotten much better. I think he's one of the more attractive candidates out there, unless you want to start with someone who doesn't have as much experience. And also, Roy, you got to really trust your cereal if you eat it raw, man.
Yeah, I mean, Frosted Flakes. Let's go.
Trust them. Trust it, Frosted Flakes.
You mentioned the overvalue of offense. I mentioned this stat yesterday. In the last 55 years of football, this Rams-Seahawks game is number one scoring offense versus number one scoring defense. That's happened 8 times, and the top defense has won 7 of those games. Defense always wins those.
Yeah, and then they changed the rules afterwards to make it harder. It takes us a few more years to catch up, and then they changed the rules again. Get ready. Watch the competition committee this and next offseason, because these defenses are getting a little too good. I think defense, like, honestly, football, as much as we like to talk about all the scheme stuff and intelligence and play design and all that, there's one thing that kind of trumps everything, and we talked about it in a national championship game. It's physicality, and if you can be physical, which defense is more focused around physicality, if you can be more physical, I think that helps, and it makes all your other schemes a lot easier and more effective.
Domonique, nice seeing you, as it always is. I will remind the people again, proceeds for the live show that he'll be doing February 5th from the Super Bowl in San Francisco go to the Special Olympics, and it is FoxworthPodLive.com. FoxworthPodLive.com if you want to see him look good in person, if you want to sniff his general arrogance. Foxworth Live.
General, you had me nervous right there. Sniff the general. That's
sniff his what?
It got me a little concerned.
Oh boy.